It's a pleasure to have you here. Fresh uncertainty has emerged in Nigeria's political landscape after the INEC declared that any party primary election conducted after its May 30th, 2026 deadline remains invalid. The clarification comes amid ongoing legal battles, disputes within political parties, and growing concerns over the credibility of candidate selection processes ahead of the 2027 general elections. The development has significant implications for political parties across the country, particularly those still grappling with internal disagreements, appeals, and rerun primary elections. With many aspirants challenging the outcomes of primaries and some parties considering fresh exercises in affected constituencies, INEC's latest position has placed political stakeholders under increased pressure to comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act. Speaking on the matter, INEC National Commissioner and the Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Mohammed Kudu Haruna, stated that the Electoral Commission's deadline remains binding unless a higher court overturns an earlier judgment delivered by the Federal High Court. According to him, political parties should continue to obey the Electoral Act while we are awaiting the outcome of the appeal currently before the Court of Appeal. Haruna explained that any primary election conducted outside the May 30th deadline will not be recognized by the Commission unless the appellate court rules otherwise. He stressed that parties should be guided by the existing legal framework rather than assumptions about what future court decisions may produce. The controversy stems from a legal dispute involving INEC and the Youth Party over the Commission's timetable for political party primaries and candidate nominations. Earlier this year, the Federal High Court in Abuja delivered a judgment that questioned aspects of INEC's timetable and electoral guidelines for the 2027 elections. Justice Mohammed Umar, who presided over the matter, ruled that the Electoral Commission lacked the authority to shorten timelines already provided under Section 29, Sub 1 of the Electoral Act 2026. According to the court, INEC could not legally reduce the period granted for the submission of party membership records and candidate particulars. The judgment further held that the Commission acted outside its statutory powers by attempting to abridge timelines established by the Electoral Act. The ruling generated immediate reactions across the political landscape, with several observers viewing it as a major legal setback for the electoral body. Not willing to accept the judgment, INEC quickly filed an appeal and sought a stay of execution. The Commission argued that its timetable was issued in accordance with its constitutional mandates and responsibilities regarding the organization and supervision of elections. Before the court ruling, INEC had fixed April 23 to May 30, 2026 as the official period during which political parties were expected to conduct their primaries. Parties were also directed to comply with other activities outlined in the electoral timetable as preparations intensified for the 2027 elections. Interestingly, another Federal High Court judgment delivered shortly afterward appeared to strengthen INEC's position. Justice James Omotosho ruled in a separate case filed by the Social Democratic Party, the SDP, that the Electoral Commission possesses the constitutional authority to issue election schedules and timetables. While affirming INEC's powers, Justice Omotosho also emphasized that such authority must be exercised within the boundaries established by the Electoral Act. His judgment highlighted the delicate balance between the Commission's administrative powers and the legal limitations imposed by electoral laws. As the legal battle continues, political parties are left navigating a complex situation. Many are unsure whether the proceed will rerun primaries ordered by appeal committees or await further clarification from the courts. The uncertainty has created fresh tension among aspirants who fear losing opportunities because of technical issues relating to deadlines and legal interpretations. One party already affected by the controversy is the ADC. In Kaduna State, the party's primary election appeals committee recently ordered rerun elections in several constituencies following complaints from aggrieved aspirants. The committee chairman, Dr. Mohammed Fagi, explained that extensive reviews of petitions, documents, and evidence revealed irregularities in some of the primary elections. According to him, the committee uncovered procedural violations, omission of aspirants from ballot papers, and insufficient proof that voting actually occurred in some locations. As a result, reruns were ordered in several federal and state constituencies. Among the affected areas were Ikara, Kubwa Federal Constituency, and Kaduna South Federal Constituency, where the committee found significant irregularities that undermined the credibility of the initial exercises. Fagi stated that rerun elections will also be conducted across multiple wards and constituencies including Kaura, Soba, Kajuru, Kudan, Makafi, Chikon, Kagako, Igabi, and several others. He insisted that the objective was to protect the integrity of the party's nomination process and ensure fairness to all aspirants. The committee also addressed issues surrounding consensus arrangements in the Kaduna North Senatorial District. It ruled that any attempt to impose a consensus candidate without the agreement of all parties involved would be invalid. According to the committee, every aspirant deserves a fair opportunity to participate in the democratic process. Despite those decisions, INEC's warning raises serious questions about the status of rerun primaries conducted after the May 30th deadline. If the Electoral Commission maintains its position and succeeds in courts, political parties that organize fresh primaries outside the approved time frame may face difficulties getting their candidates recognized. Political analysts believe the situation could trigger a wave of litigation as affected aspirants and parties seek judicial interpretation of conflicting rulings and competing legal claims. Some fear that prolonged dispute could create confusion in the build-up to the 2027 elections and distract political parties from focusing on campaigns and voter engagement. For many observers, the dispute highlights the importance of clear electoral guidelines and strict compliance with statutory deadlines. It also underscores the growing role of the judiciary in shaping Nigeria's electoral process, with the Court of Appeal expected to determine INEC's challenge to the Federal High Court's judgment. Political parties are closely monitoring developments until a final decision is reached. The Commission's position remains clear. Primaries conducted after May 30 risk being declared invalid, potentially affecting the political ambitions of hundreds of aspirants across the country. As Nigeria moves closer to the 2027 elections, the outcome of the legal battles could significantly influence party nominations, candidate eligibility, and the overall electoral landscape. For political parties already dealing with internal disputes and post-primary controversies, the coming weeks may prove decisive in determining who eventually appears on the ballot. That's all for now on News Express. And if you find this insightful, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm Chidera Esom. Thank you for watching. Do have a beautiful day.